Hi, Dakota here. About a year ago, I filmed and posted a video on how to make this shell stitch blanket, and in the comments I received many requests and complaints actually about how I was out of frame a lot and I needed to redo it. Sorry it's taken a year to do that, but I finally have a new project in which to do this stitch. So I hope this second take comes out better than the first one. I have a new camera set up, which was part of the problem last time. So I'm going to get started, and I'm going to actually show you the almost complete project. I have this one here. I am making a, sorry that was upside down, a blanket for my niece who will be born in October, and I'm using these colors. So I'm using yarn from Hobby Lobby. It's called I Love This Yarn. Super soft, super savings is what this says down here. It is worsted weight, and the name of this one is Limelight. It's one word. I have a blue color that is called Peacock, a purple that's called Mixed Berry. Max, don't play with my yarn. A pink that's called Hot Rose, and a yellow that's simply called Yellow. And I'm starting with yellow. As you can see here, I'm actually filming this after doing this because my first take apparently didn't record. So I'm going to show you how to make the beginning here. So I'm going to get set up for that, and I'm going to pause a second for that. Okay, to get started, I start with a slip knot onto the hook. So for that, I take my yarn and I drape it over my index finger away from me and bring it down and bring it back towards me, and I pinch it between my middle finger and my thumb. And then using the trailing yarn that is in this little triangle here, I bring it under and over towards this direction here, and I drape it over the finger again and bring it back over and pinch it in the same place. So it creates this V-like here that goes around this yarn here. And now I'm going to pinch the yarn that's closest to my hand and bring it over the other one and drop it, and then I pull this tight, and that creates the slip knot. I'm going to slip that onto my hook, and then using the trailing yarn that's connected to my yarn ball, I pull that tight, and it creates a tighter connection to the hook. So, to actually begin the stitch, we are going to chain 6. We're going to make a circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So the actual circle is made when we take our hook and insert it back into the first chain that we created. And we're going to do a slip stitch, so we yarn over and we pull through both loops. And that is our slip stitch. And we created our circle. We're going to now chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That is 3 stitches for a double crochet and 1 for a chain 1 space. So now we're going to do a double crochet into our center, we're going to chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and we're going to have a total of 7 double crochets with 1 chain 4 for a total of 8 posts. So we have 4 posts, chain 1 after that double crochet, and I'm working this yarn here around, so I'm actually doing the double crochets over it. Chain 1 again, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. To count how many we have here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I need 1 more. So chain 1, double crochet, and now I'm chaining 1, and now I have to slip stitch into the 3rd chain of this chain 4. So that's 1, 2, 3. Slip my hook in there, yarn over and pull through there, and then pull through the loop that's on the hook, and that creates the foundation for our beginning for our shells. Now I am going to slip stitch into this chain 1 space, so I stick my hook in through this into this hole, grab the yarn, pull through, and now I'm going to pull through this loop here, and that is that slip stitch. And now I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and that substitutes for our first double crochet of our shell. So we need 5 more posts, 5 double crochets to make our first shell. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So there should be 6 posts here, so I'm going to double count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's all into that same chain 1 space. So in our next chain 1 space, we're going to do a single crochet, and that is what pulls this side of the shell down to make it actually look like a shell. This side here will end up being pulled down when we come back around. So in our next chain 1 space, we're going to work another shell, which is 6 double crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now I'm going to do a single crochet in our next chain 1 space. So as you can see better now, that shell is pulled down on both sides to make it actually curved. So we're going to work our next shell, which is 6 double crochets into our next chain 1 space. It's 1, 2, pull some yarn out, creates an even tension. So we had 2 posts already, we need 4 more. And there's 3, 4, 5, and number 6. And in our next chain 1 space, we're doing a single crochet, and pull that down, and then our next shell was worked into our next chain 1 space, so 6 double crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now I'm doing a single crochet into this spot here. And I am going to do a slip stitch into the top of this chain 3. Now I am going to do one more pull through this loop here, and if I were to keep this one like I did the original in this one here, I would snip the yarn off here and simply pull this through, and then you end up with trailing yarn. So in the next clip you'll see me begin our next round, which is the blue. Okay, see you in a moment. Okay, now because I am changing colors, I'm going to start in the single crochet to the right of where we just ended, because that's an awful lot going on in the same single crochet to start with another color. So I'm going to insert my hook here into our single crochet, and I'm going to hook the new color on and pull it through. I like to tie on because it creates a better hold. However, you can start however you like. Some people manage to start with a double crochet. I have not figured that out without making it look absolutely awful. So in that single crochet, I'm going to reinsert my hook, pull the yarn through, and I'm going to chain 1, 2, 3, and 4. That will create beginning double crochet with the first 3 chains and a chain 1 space. So now all in the same space here, we're going to yarn over and do another double crochet. Now we're going to chain 3 here. 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to do a second double crochet, a chain 1, and another double crochet. There we go. And that creates the foundation for 2 more shells in this particular spot here. Now to get over to this chain 1 space, we need to, not chain 1, single crochet, better. We need to chain 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And now we're going to work into this single crochet space right here. We'll begin with a double crochet, so that's a yarn over, and then insert the hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And now we're going to chain 1, double crochet, all into the same single crochet space here. Now we're doing a chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and another set of 2 double crochets with a chain 1 in between. So there's a first double crochet, chain 1, second double crochet, So that's our second set there, like this one. So to get over to here, we need to chain 6 again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we're working into this single crochet space here, beginning with a double crochet. Chain 1, double crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and we need to chain 6 to get over to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and we're going to work into this single crochet space. So I yarn over, and I especially hold the yarn here when I'm working off a chain, because the yarn likes to slip off or twist around the hook. So I find if I hold it, it stays better. So after the double crochet, I did the chain 1 and another double crochet. Now we're chaining 3, 1, 2, and 3, and double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Now we're going to chain 6 to get over to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And now we're going to work into this chain here. So we did a chain 4, so we need to find the third chain up. So 1, 2, 3, and we're going to insert our hook. Sorry, my yarn got a little bit loose there. And we're going to do a slip stitch to close off. And now we're going to work into this chain 1 space here. So I am going to do a slip stitch into there. There we go. So I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. This counts as our first post of our first shell of this round. So we're going to do 5 double crochets all into this chain 1 space here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and wait, hold on. Yeah, there we go, 5. I almost did 6. I would have made 7 posts, but we only need 6, so we're okay. Now, in this chain 3 space here, we are going to do a single crochet. And then into this chain 1 space, we're going to work another shell, which is 6 double crochets. It's only in your beginning one here that you start with a chain 3. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I'm going to double check. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 posts. Now we are going to do a single crochet into one of these here. So I count 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to stick our hook into the yellow loop here at the top of this double crochet. Now we want to make sure this chain 6 is right on top of that, so that when we do our single crochet, this yarn wraps around both the yellow and the blue. That holds this chain 6 into place there. So now we're going directly into our next corner here in our first single crochet of this part here. and we're going to work another shell. So we're going to do 6 double crochets into here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then our chain 3 space, we do a single crochet. Pull a little bit more yarn out. Creates an more even tension when I have a little bit of yarn loose. Okay. Into our next chain 1 space, we do another shell, so 6 more double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And now we're going to do the single crochet into here. So I'll count 1, 2, 3 into the yellow, making sure I'm under both those loops there, and underneath the blue, wrap that yarn around and do the single crochet. And I kind of pull this over just a bit to make it a bit more even. And we're doing our next shell into our next chain 1 space, 6 double crochets. It was 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then in our chain 3 space, single crochet, and then in our chain 1 space, another shell. This pattern's pretty easy and pretty much repeats itself over and over again. The only tricky part is in the next round, it changes a bit because you have a side now. So in our next color, you'll see that little bit of a change. And then after that, it's basically repeating over and over. I like sitting in front of the TV and doing this, or in front of YouTube videos. It's quite easy to do. Except for when I'm talking, I lose count. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. There we go. And one more here. Let's go 1, 2, 3. Insert the hook there, and we're going to do our single crochet. Pull that over, get a little more even. And our next shell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And our chain 3 space, we do our single crochet, and our next shell in our chain 1 space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, our last single crochet in this round. 1, 2, 3. I count from the left since it's easier for me to find those spaces that way. Okay, and now we're going to join into the top of this chain 3 with a slip stitch to close out the round. Okay, I yarn over, pull through, and then go like that. Now, if you are going to continue with the same color, I would slip stitch over until you get to here to start your next round. As beginning in here makes it look quite weird unless you want to go ahead and flip it over and do the opposite direction. Do know that there is a front side and a back side. The back side to me looks a lot more like Celtic knotting, because you have a lot more weaving looking here, versus the front side you have posts that look more like posts here, all the way down, except for this top here that loops there, versus the back where you have a lot more weaving down here. So that's how I tell the difference. Okay, so I'm going to pause to get the next color ready. Okay, our next color, this time I'm doing pink. Again, I'm starting to the right of this where we ended, and I'm going to start in this corner here. That way we start the same way as we have in the previous round. I'm going to pull that through and tie off the knot. Okay. And we're going to pull the yarn through, so we have one loop on, and we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and double crochet. Chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and double crochet. Chain 1, double crochet, and again to get over to here we're going to chain 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and into this single crochet space here. The best way to find that is if you pull on this shell here, you find your space in there easier. That space right there. Okay, and we're going to do a double crochet in there. So yarn over, and I hold it on, yarn onto the hook, insert, yarn over and pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Now this is where the pattern changes, because as you can see here, this is an actual side to the square, and these are the corners here where you have the two shells right next to each other, and then you have like this deeper V here that denotes the side part. So in those side parts, instead of doing a group of 4 double crochets like this, we're only doing a group of 2. So we're going to chain 1 and do a double crochet into there. And that creates our V-stitch into the side. And now we're going to chain 6 to get over to this next corner. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're going to do our normal group of 4 double crochets into this corner. Go. So there's our first double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and that's our corner. Now to get to the side, we're going to chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and we're going to find our single crochet there, double crochet into it, chain 1, second double crochet, and then we're going to move on to our corner with a chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Going to work into here, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 6 to get to this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're doing our V-stitch here. So double crochets, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 6 to get over to here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, double crochet into this single crochet spot, 1, chain 1, double crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. I'm going to do a chain to get to our side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and our last V-stitch. That's what this is called when you go double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. So if you see that noted in a pattern, that's what it means. Okay, and we're going to chain 6 to get back where we started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we're going to work into the third chain of our beginning chain 4. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to close with a slip stitch. And then we're going to work into our chain 1 space here. So I do that with a slip stitch into there. It's a bit different than connecting loops though. So what I do is I insert the hook into that space, yarn over, pull through, and then I pull through that loop there. And then I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3 to begin our shell. So we're going to do 5 more, well 5 double crochets into here to get a total of 6 posts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5 total. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there we go. I get on the roll of counting 6 and mess up on that one sometimes. That's why I always double check how many posts I'm doing. So it's a single crochet into the chain 3 space there, and then 6 double crochets into our next chain 1 space for our next shell. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. Now we're going to do our first single crochet, including our chain 6 from the previous round. Slip of water here. Okay. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, and set our hook there, and make sure we have the blue and the pink pinched together, so that this strand of pink wraps around both when we do our single crochet. And remember to pull this over a little bit to make it a bit more even. And we're going to do our first shell on our side, and it's just going to be a 1 shell, so it's 6 double crochets into that chain 1 space there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we come to this part here where we're going to do another single crochet. 1, 2, 3. Make sure to get that chain 6 pinched in there. And then we're back to our next corner. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. And we're going to single crochet in our chain 3 space. And a shell into our next chain 1 space. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we're back to a side. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3 and find the top of this shell. And we're doing our single crochet. And we're doing our single shell into here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. And 1, 2, 3. Single crochet. And into our next corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Single crochet into the chain 3. And I'm going to pause and meet you back over here in our last side. Okay. We have our one last shell to do here in our last side, which is 6 double crochets. 1, 2, sorry, I hope it's focused. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, and we're going to do a single crochet. 1, 2, 3 in the top of the shell here. And we're going to close with a slip knot into the top of the chain 3 that we started with. After you've been doing this for a while, you won't have to count up. You can just kind of spot it. Even still, sometimes the yarn gets to be a bit stubborn and your hook doesn't want to go through the loops. Did I get it? Nope, I have to go out of frame a moment. There, finally. That one was quite stubborn. Okay. Get the yarn back on my fingers. And yarn over. And we're going to pull through that loop there. And that one there. And then I pull through again. Yarn over and pull through again. To end it. So there you go. That's the pattern. I will do one more round for you guys so you can see working in this side better. So I'm going to pause again to get the next color set up. Okay, I went ahead and tied on to the corner single crochet here. And I'm going to yarn over, pull through, and then chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So you can more easily tell I'm in the corner there. I'm going to pull it down. Okay. And then we're going to double crochet into the same space. Chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. And double crochet into our same chain, single crochet place. Chain 1, and then double crochet. So that's our beginning, like we did in the previous rounds. And now we're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we're going to go over here to this side here, and we're going to work into here. I'm going to do a single V-stitch into here, which is a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. So that's our first double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. And chain 6 to get over to our next spot here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And this is where we ended before, so be careful there. You don't want to undo your tie off. So double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and then we're going to chain 6 to get to our next corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then working into their single crochet space, do our corner, which is double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. We're going to chain 6 to get to our side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and into this single crochet we'll do our V-stitch. So double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, to get to our next spot. Another V-stitch, chain 1, double crochet, there we go, and then we're back to another corner. So chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we're going to do our double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and we're back to another side. So I'm going to continue this and meet you back around, but remember, on the side ones it's a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and it's always a chain 6 between to get over the shells. And the corners, it's double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 3, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. chain 6 to get to the next spot. And I'll meet you back over here, right next to where we started. Okay, we're back at the last V-stitch here. So I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook, do my double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. And now I'm going to chain 6 to get over to where I started. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I'm going to find the top of chain 3. There should be one chain left over to create that chain 1 space. And I'm closing with a slip stitch. And now I'm going to slip stitch into the chain 1 space here. There we go. And chain 3, 1, 2, 3, first post of our first shell of this round. So I need 5 double crochets into this chain 1 space. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Single crochet into the chain 3 space, and then our next shell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And our single crochet into the top of this shell here. So 1, 2, 3. Have my hook underneath that V and underneath the green. And wrap the yarn around to create the single crochet. And now we're to the side, so it's one shell and the top here, and one shell here, and then we get to our next corner there. Sorry, my yarn got a bit tangled up there. Okay, so it's 6 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And into the top of this shell, it's 1, 2, 3. Single crochet there. And now our next shell here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I'm going to do a single crochet into the top of this shell. 1, 2, 3. And we're into the next corner. So it's 6 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Single crochet into the chain 3 space. 6 double crochet into the next chain 1 space for our next shell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we're on to the next side, so we're doing a single crochet under the top of this shell. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now I'm going to join you back over here. It's basically repeating now. So you could do one shell here, single crochet into the top of this shell, and then you do your shell here. So it's 6 double crochets into here, and then single crochet into the top of this shell, and then you get back to another corner and you're repeating what we just did. So I'll meet you when I get back over to here. Okay, I have 2 more shells left to go, so let's get started on that. So in this last V-stitch here, next V-stitch, excuse me, we're going to double crochet 6 times. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And into our shell here, we're going to do a single crochet at the top. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And into our last V-stitch, we're doing one last shell, 6 double crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We're going to do a single crochet into the top of this shell. So 1, 2, 3. And we're going to close by a slip stitch into the top of our beginning chain 3. Let's hope this one is easier than our last one. Yay! Okay. Just got a text. I can wait a second. Yarn over and pull through. And where did I throw my scissors? There they are. Okay, we're going to snip here and pull through. Okay. Now, as you'll notice in this pattern, that each round you get an additional side shell. So this first round, it was all corners. Well, I guess you could call it corners, but these here I call the actual corners here, where you get this double shell right next to each other, and you end up with this V in the middle, creating your sides. So you have one side shell, and then in the next round you have 2, and then the next round you'll have 3. 1, 2, 3. And I'll show you what the next round looks like so you can see that in a moment. So after you go as big as you want, don't forget to tuck in your tails. That's what the yarning needle is for. Otherwise you end up with all these strings. What I do is I work into the same color and just weave it into the top here, where you have all this weaving going on. It looks better that way, at least to me. This beginning one though, because we worked it around, this one can just be snipped off. In fact, I'll just go ahead and do that. So this particular yarn is acrylic, and it can be washed in the washing machine and dried in the dryer. Just don't do it too hot, and don't use an iron on this, because acrylic is essentially plastic and an iron will actually melt it. Okay, I am back to show you the next round in here that shows you how your pattern increases. So each round that you do, you increase total 4 shells each round. However, on the side, you can see starting with the 3rd round, you have 1, and then in the 4th round you have 2, and the 5th round you have 3, and so on. You end up adding 1. So this next round will have 4. So 1 will go 1, 2, 3, 4, and it continues like that. And your corners always have this 2 shells together. Thank you for watching, and I hope you see my next video up. I am going to do a blanket that uses shells, but they're going to be horizontal, and it's also going to be using these colors. I hope this video turned out better than my last version. Leave comments below if you would like. Thanks for watching. See you the next time.